Guys, thank you so much for tuning back into my Back to Basics series. We already did our Chaturanga, Dandasana, so if you'd like to, you can go and check back part 1. Otherwise, today we're focusing on Downward Facing Dog, which we do all the time in our yoga practice. Just make sure you're doing it nice and safely, taking back into those basic movements. The Downward Facing Dog comes up a lot in our practice, and especially if you're new, it can feel really hard. You're trying to hold it and you're pushing like crazy and your elbows are bent. We see it a lot in class, and don't get me wrong, I'm not judging for anything like that. I just want you to get a little bit stronger and feel comfortable doing so. So today we're going to focus on how we do that. If you feel like it's hard holding it for like 2 seconds, then this is a tutorial. Downward Facing Dog, generally you usually come into it from maybe tabletop or in a child's pose position, and that will generally give you quite a nice setting to start off with. I prefer to come up from tabletop position. So my wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. It's going to give you about the right spacing. From there, you just allow your hips to come all the way towards the sky. I'm thinking my fingers spread nice and widely, so big starfish hands. It's going to help with your grip. And then from there, you're just going to allow the tailbone to come towards the sky. So this is our Downward Facing Dog. Okay, so what I usually find with my clients in class is that people have a tendency to shift the weight forward so that their elbows are bent. They're really trying to push their body weight. It's going to be a lot harder to push all of that weight from your arms if you're a little bit further forward. So maybe you can start to play with taking your feet a little bit further back. Lots of people get really kind of focused on the heels touching the ground. Your heels might never touch the ground. The difference in our body mechanics means that some people's will and some people won't. So don't have that as a focus. Your focus should actually be on the tail, on the back being straight, tailbone pointing towards the sky. So if you need to, take that little step back with your feet. Then maybe play with bending in the knees. See how when I shift my weight, my chest to my thighs, my tailbone comes towards the sky. I'm grounding through the heels, the energy through the heels still, even if they're not touching. So I'm sending the energy, and I'm engaging in my quadriceps as much as I can to be able to safely lengthen the back of my hamstrings. I'm pushing, my elbows are wrapping in a little bit. So I'm wrapping the elbows in, pushing so that my shoulders come a little bit closer to my ears, and that's going to feel a little bit nicer and a bit more sustainable. Whenever you need to, you come out a bit, take a child's pose. Another variation that I see a lot in my classes, people going a little bit too wide with their downward facing dogs. So if your downward facing dog looks a bit more like this, and then you're really struggling to keep focus, and the grip is probably kind of crazy, I can see how that would be less fun for you. We've all been there. So maybe play with walking the feet in a little bit further. So just starting to play with the shift of the balance, then maybe taking those knees bent. That might be a little bit nicer for you. I hope so anyway. Let me know how you get on. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube. Love to hear any comments or questions, anything else you'd like some help with. I'm here to help you. Have a lovely rest of your day. Happy downward facing dogging. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel and tuning into your downward facing dog tutorial. Please like and comment. Let me know if you've got any questions. I'd love to help and answer. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're finding these things helpful. Help me to help you. Let me know what do you want to know from me. Have a good day, guys.